Do you have any idols, and if so, who?
Probably BTS.
Hey Bebuts, we're back, and today we're going to be building some Lego and answering some questions. We have 3 different Lego sets that were sent to us for free from Lego, and today we're going to be building this big one while we answer questions, because if we were to build all of them, it would just take too long.
We're going to leave all the information for these down in the description.
Before we open that Lego, we're going to check out whatever is in here, and because I'm a danger to myself with scissors, we've already prepped it.
Makes sense.
Why are you distracted?
Because I gotta find something to do while I'm back here.
Well, you can help me. We're gonna see what's in here. A Mickey Mouse. Can you see that? It looks like it's made with glittery paint, or at least glittery blue.
Well, I think this person actually watches you.
Thanks, Mike. I'm pretty sure this is a picture of me filming, because there's a camera and my Polyville set. Then there's a bee and a cute teddy bear and a picture of Harry Potter. I don't have any pictures of Harry Potter. That's the only thing that throws it off. At least not on this wall. And according to the letter on the back, it is me watching Harry Potter. It all makes sense now.
This one's a bit of a letter, so we don't really want to show it, but it's got a bee, Mickey Mouse, and another Harry Potter.
That's really cute. Let's put those down, hide the personal info, and see what's inside. It's an LOL! Thank you. I will open this and break my rule of not supporting LOL because this is a nice gift and it's very thoughtful of you to send.
Technically, you didn't buy that one.
And also, this was sent a while ago, so I'm assuming it was gifted because at the time we couldn't find the littles in Canada, so this is actually really thoughtful. You go ahead and open it. Have you ever opened an LOL? Experience the joy.
I think I might have once because I do remember doing something with a zipper.
I feel like you probably just made fun of me and pretended to make it easy, and it's not.
It's an easy pull tab, obviously. I'm not having any trouble with it whatsoever.
Yes, I noticed that you've already opened it. What's next? Oh, look, there's a really cute little penguin. Oh, so satisfying.
You know, this is something I never thought I'd be doing. When they ask in high school what you want to do with your life, opening LOLs on video was never going to be one of them.
I bet no one in high school thought opening LOLs would be a sentence. What's your clue?
Lighten the tree.
Okay, you get started on your second layer, and I'm going to show this really cute little penguin. What's its name? This is a squishmallow. It's Tanner. Okay, these are really cute, and I'm going to take this time to answer a question that a lot of people have asked or suggested. I do have squishmallows, and yes, I have experienced their cuddliness. I do enjoy them. I think they're super cute. In my opinion, I just prefer the moosh moosh, but that does not mean that I don't like squishmallows. And I hear a zipper. Don't smirk as you do it. It's not easy being cheesy.
It's really plasticky smelling, like turpentine-y. I wonder if it's because it's been sitting in a bag forever.
I'm getting antsy. I feel like I should be opening things.
Which is why I'm taking my time.
It's really annoying. We've got pearly white little sneaker moccasin type things with hot pink pom-poms on the front. You literally just threw her face down.
It's a toy.
It's Little Glamour Queen, and it is an ultra rare. She's got blonde glittery hair. Oh my gosh, smell it.
Yeah, it smells like turpentine or something.
A lot of it. She's got hot pink glittery underwear and the strapless black top. And a hot pink glittery diamond purse with silver handles. So her shoes are not gonna fit her, just so you know, because they are intended for the big sister, but she will fit inside the purse, which is where I'm going to put her. So I'm gonna save the stickers so that I can make a snowman later. And I'm also not gonna do the color change right now because that's not what we're set up to do today, and I wasn't expecting to open an LOL. But we will move on to the next things, which includes a handmade keychain in black and yellow with blue. Next, I was sent a My Little Pony, and according to Google, this is Bumble Sweet or Honey Buzz. And honestly, I didn't even know it existed, so this is pretty exciting. The last thing we were sent was a Lego Harry Potter minifig. I'm so strong. I eats me spinach. How long has it been since someone had a Popeye reference, do you think? Okay, I'm building Lego. Ta-da! Instantaneously built.
I haven't been sitting here for a couple minutes at all.
We have Professor Flitwick, and he's a teacher, if you don't know what a professor is. That is the end of the package. Thank you very much for sending it. It was lovely. Now it's time for Lego. Can we still see you? You're still there.
I'm still here.
If you notice that Mike looks like he's dying or crying or choking to death, it's because he's a little sick. He should keep all of those germs.
Why does it look like Stan Lee on the box?
Where?
Right there, Stan Lee.
It does look like Stan Lee. Hold on, he's down in the bottom in the red. All right, so this is gonna take us a while. This has 696 pieces. Mike, are you ready?
Sure.
All right, let's go.
That better not be the instructions, because that's like a phone book.
This is like a Sears catalog. I think it is the instructions. So basically we can do this as like a little corner with a townhouse on top, cafe and pet shop, or a strip mall.
This sucks because that one looks really cool, but it looks like it's the most work. This looks so easy.
I kind of want to do the one that's straight on the front of the box.
Of course, the hardest one.
Fine, we'll do whatever one is the first set of instructions. Deal?
I just don't know if we'll be able to finish it. Like, I mean, this could be days. 900 pieces.
Oh, geez.
Although I don't know if all of them go into every single one.
I'm pretty sure they do. Okay, anyways, let's see how many bags there are.
One.
Well, you don't need to be aggressive. Wow, Mike.
What is it, Salt Bay?
Lego Bay. All right, so we have 6 big bags and then 1 small bag and then our catalog of instructions. Give me a second to look these over and cry a little and then we'll get started. I was hoping that he would be able to start building while I build a different thing, but it's not separate manuals. They don't expect you to have friends if you build a big Lego kit.
Can you download this on the
Yes,
tablet?
you can. Be right back, folks. So if you get the app and scan the book, you can get the instructions electronically so that if you have a friend, they can help you.
And if you don't have a friend,
Then you can just look at it on your phone or device, or you just use the manual.
I'm confused because this doesn't have the pieces. So there's a dude's head. Gotcha.
Toast.
Where's his hat?
Bag 1.
Bag 1. No, they're not numbered properly or something.
This is bag 1.
What the hell is this?
A mini bag.
But I don't understand. Like, why is his head not in bag 1, but he's in the rest of them is?
Hey, I don't know. I'm gonna quickly teach Mike how to Lego properly. When you dump them out, please separate them into colors. That way they don't roll off the table and we don't lose them and Jen doesn't go crazy. Okay, while he starts sorting his bag, he's gonna take care of 1 times 2, and I will get started on building number 2. While I wait for these instructions to load, we'll start with our first batch of questions. Yay! So I have about 8 pages here, and while I did my very best to pick ones I haven't answered before, inevitably sometimes you guys are gonna feel a little left out. So if you don't see your question here, it might come in the future, or it could be because I've answered it in a previous video. So I'll leave a link up here somewhere for you guys to go watch that, and also in the description. He made a dude! Okay, did you ever have a crush on someone before you met your husband? The answer is yes. I'm 31 years old. I've had crushes on people and I've dated people and I've been in long relationships and short relationships because that's just how life works. Mike, have you ever had a crush on someone before you met me?
How dare you pretend like I would have a crush on somebody else, Jen? I've loved you since the day I was born, apparently.
Good answer.
Yeah, no, I've totally had other crushes. That would be weird not to.
Okay. Is English the only language you speak? I'm only asking because languages are a passion of mine.
Yes, she barely speaks English.
Okay, so I can speak English and I can speak some words of various languages. I can understand other languages better than I can speak them, but I am not fluent in any other language other than English. If you went to college, what did you study? Mike, what did I study in college?
I think how to be,
Loud.
yeah. You studied how to be annoying, that's for sure.
No, I studied early childhood education because I love to teach and help and educate. I like to have fun. It was the best course of action for me. Working with children seemed like the best bet. How did you meet your husband? How did I meet my husband, Mike?
She showed up at my friend's house and sat at the computer talking to other people on MSN all night.
No, wait, hold on, I remember this. I was not on the computer talking to people because I would never log in to my stuff from somebody else's computer. That just seems ridiculous and a good way to leave your info out there. What I did was go on the computer to go on YouTube to show off John LaJoy. I remember this.
I think that might have been before that.
No, and you guys were just sitting there watching Viva La Bam like the true cool people they were.
Yeah, that's really aged poorly.
Yes, so that's how we met. If you could have any one pet, no limitations on anything, what would you have? And any name ideas? Easy, a chipmunk, because they are fantastic and cute and adorable, and its name would be Chippy, obviously. Okay, that sounded really aggressive, but I mean, I've always... Obvi. I just really want a chipmunk. Update alert, the app does not work to give me instructions. It's been loading for about 5 minutes now. So I'm gonna close it, refresh, and start again.
You have a problem with apps, eh?
Yeah,
Every time.
Your Canadian is showing, be careful.
So, I'm proud.
Don't worry, there's a Canada section here too.
What are you talking about?
Wow, there's so much stuff on here. Where's the instructions? Build yourself in Lego pieces. Wow, that's cool.
You gotta hand it to Lego. They've embraced this whole, like, build your anything culture.
Hello, I'm Captain Safety. I'll give you some tips on how to be safe in Lego life. Don't give out your personal info. Good to know. I want my instructions. Where are the instructions? I'm getting frustrated.
Couldn't tell.
Sorry, I need to try again. I really like the idea of scanning your code to get a second set of instructions.
QR codes almost never work for me.
Townhouse, Petshop, and Café. Go build instructor booklets. You must solve this math problem to continue seriously.
It's probably an age gate thing.
Oh, it is. High grown up. Okay. 10 divided by 2.
You better be able to figure that one out.
40. I got it right, don't worry. There's my instructions. All right, back to the questions. Who's a fictional character you see yourself in? I don't know. Who do you think I'd be most like if I was a fictional character?
Daenerys, because you're sweet on the surface, but you know, absolutely insane underneath.
Are you sure it's not because I'm getting silver hairs?
That's a possibility, I guess. I would say Marge Simpson.
Marge Simpson.
Sweetheart all the way, but like deadly when it comes to her family. She'll protect them to the ends of the earth kind of thing.
That's actually a really sweet answer. I didn't expect that. I'm just gonna go with Johnny Bravo.
Really? I'm just thinking like Dan from Roseanne.
I'm thinking more cartoon because you went cartoon, and I see you as Johnny Bravo. Macho and tough, but like actually really cute and sweet and helpful to all the little ladies.
But the biggest...
Johnny Bravo.
What is the word?
Meathead. Next question, because there's a lot here.
Okay, do you want me to ask you these? Because that makes more sense. Did you decide to be more descriptive in your reviews because of your own experience with site, or did it just kind of happen and you rolled with it because it was helpful to viewers?
If you don't know this, my family for the most part is blind or visually impaired. Literally every person down the line except for one great aunt, myself, one of my siblings, and now my children. So I've just naturally been a very descriptive person by nature because I've always had to be.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
How many takes does each part of a video take for you?
Go away, Mike.
It's a legit question. I mean, it's...
Sometimes I say hey bee-butts 40 times because I don't like the way it sounds. You caught me. Next question. By the way, the corner main floor looks amazing. Your hot dog looks good too.
It's a hot dog cart, dearest.
Sorry, it's a hot dog cart, dearest. If you were a pasta, what would you be and why?
I know what pasta you'd be. Elbow noodles.
I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say the spirally kind because I'm fun and twisty.
Because you're all over the place?
What's your favorite book? Actually, let's turn this into a what you know about me, Mike. What is my favorite book?
Flowers for Algernon.
That's one of them. What's my other favorite book?
Oh, come on, Harry Potter and all that.
Okay, I love Harry Potter, but my favorite book is a very thin orange and black book. It's not on the shelf.
It's Twilight Breaking Dawn.
No, it is not. Okay, Flowers for Algernon is correct. There's another.
How about this? Why don't we go into a little more detail on these questions? Why do you like Flowers for Algernon?
Okay, well, it's because it's amazing. The answer was Of Mice and Men, BT dubs.
What do you think my favorite book is?
I don't know, you don't talk about books very much. Okay.
You make me sound like an absolute moron.
No, okay, I think your favorite book is Flowers for Algernon.
Straight up, yes. The reason why I like Flowers for Algernon is because it opens up a different perspective that you might not have ever had on somebody. It's dated. Don't get me wrong, very dated. There's something about it that just kills you.
The next question says, what books would you recommend personally, not for children, but for young adults? Those are the two books I'd recommend.
But be very careful. Those two books are very old and they have some things in them that doesn't really work today.
But to be fair, this is also a book that you read in high school, or at least in Canada we do.
Well, I don't know if they do anymore.
As of like 15 years ago they did.
It's very difficult to get through it sometimes because of how they treat people.
Yes.
But once you do get through it, you have an understanding of how people deal with things.
All right, so this question's a little hard. Mike, what is your favorite Star Trek episode? There's no stipulation to the question. It doesn't say of what series. So if you want, you could pick of each series, or just to keep it simple, we can go Next Generation only. I like all of them. I do not discriminate.
Star Trek The Next Generation was my favorite along with Deep Space Nine, and the best episodes for me were The Drumhead and Measure of a Man, People's Rights and all that stuff.
Why is this? What did I screw up? I forgot something like 5 instructions back, guys. Mine are gonna be from Star Trek Next Generation as well. Some people might disagree, but I think that Tasha Yar was the worst character ever, and she was super annoying, so when she died, I was overjoyed. That's why it's my favorite episode, and that would be Skin of Evil. My second favorite is The Offspring because Data creates a life. I'm not gonna ruin anything, just in case you haven't watched it, even though it's like 50 billion years old. So, those are my favorites. Hey, your hot dog cart's finally done.
That looks like a
Meanwhile, in Jen's building land, we have the framework of a building.
So what, you're working on which building?
I'm building number 2, currently. Page 1 is finally done. Page 2. What fandoms are you into or are you part of? We've got Star Wars, Marvel. Okay, you don't have to be DC or Marvel, okay? I'm just gonna break the news to you. So we've got DC too. He's disagreeing. Harry Potter, because that's a thing. Doctor Who, we're part of the Whoniverse because we're amazing. Mostly me. I speak for myself always.
Who says the Whoniverse?
Okay, shut up. I got a book that said welcome to the Whoniverse.
Oh god.
So we're Whovians. I like hooves. He's a brony.
I am not. People are gonna think I actually am.
So we like literally almost anything that comes from space because it's awesome and more people need to be interested in space. Otherwise we're gonna be stuck on this rock forever, guys. Just deal with that, okay?
Yeah, watch Cosmos.
Watch Cosmos. Oh, that's such a good, that's my fandom is Cosmos. Actually, here's one good reason why I go off on a tangent. I love Doctor Who because it is awesome. He likes Star Trek because like some of the things they come up with had to be so out there to be futuristic and now we're doing those things. Guys, like, okay, 2020 is supposed to have the Jetsons and flying cars. We're not gonna have that. But some of the things they came up with in Star Trek came true. Bees. Doctor Who predicted that there would be no bees and the world is going to chaos. What's happening now, guys?
To be fair, I think that was already starting.
Whatever, save the freaking bees. Okay, but also, a lot of people I talk to are aware of Doctor Who, but don't want to give it a chance because they think it's over the top spacey. However, some are just really cool period pieces, like you can go back in time and learn about Agatha Christie. That's a good one. That was about bees too.
They have like a Van Gogh episode.
Van Gogh.
They have a lot of Victorian episodes. Those are pretty good.
My favorite episodes of Doctor Who are the period piece ones, like where they have old tiny British. Okay, they're all British, but you know.
The best Christmas special ever is the Doctor Who Matt Smith Christmas Carol.
Yeah, it's my all-time favorite interpretation of the Christmas Carol ever, and we totally just watched it. I'm kind of going off on a tangent here. Watch Doctor Who, okay? Give it a chance.
Okay, anywho, what's the next question?
Anywho, what question were we even just answering? What fandoms do we like? So this one is one answer, but it's literally not possible. So I'm gonna ask you first. What is your favorite kids TV show or TV show in general? I'm gonna go with Lunette the Clown, or Big Comfy Couch. I really liked the Big Comfy Couch. I think it was fun and they had funny songs and I got to be Lunette the Clown once. So. My
favorite show, which was Mr. Dressup. Mr. Dressup was like the Mr. Rogers of Canada and he was on the air for a really long time. He was just like the nicest guy ever, on TV at least. Apparently he was really nice in person too.
Another one I liked, moving on to cartoons. I loved Freaky Stories because it's a true story and it happened to a friend of mine. Okay, you know what, we have to call it because we'll just keep going. Okay, which childhood dream did you realize as an adult? I know, I'm aware that most of these are directed toward me, but I shoved you in it so you can answer them as well. I think my childhood dream that I've realized as an adult is that I got to have like the family that I always wanted to have.
Yeah,
like,
okay, I can see
I'm not pandering there. I always just wanted to be like a good mom and that I was there for my kids and my family, doing the best I can.
You ever know that you're a good parent though? Like you hope. You ever
Thanks,
know?
Mike.
No, I mean like
I
want to be a good parent, but you can't ever say you're 100% sure you are.
No, but I feel as though I'm a good parent.
What about opening a Polly Pocket superset?
Okay, well that was never a dream I had. Like I just had a dream to get a Polly Pocket and now I got a freaking superset.
Yeah, the whole being a dad thing's kind of cool. I mean, it's weird that I dreamed of that as a child, but I really liked my dad.
You know what? Just out of the sake of saying it, I don't think it's really weird because I remember at the what do you want to be when you grow up assembly, our son literally just screamed out that he wants to be a dad. That was like the best thing ever. It was so cute. Next question. Do you have any idols and if so, who?
Probably BTS.
I was hoping that you would say something like that, but I didn't think you had it in you. Do you have a real idol? I know who my real idol is.
My real idol was my dad.
My real idol is my big sister.
That's very nice.
I know, because she's amazing.
She won't watch this video though.
That's okay, I'm not pandering to her either. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys, a lot has happened in the last second since you blinked away because our batteries died and we had to charge them. So far I have finished 2 and 3, which ended up being this little yellow building with a little kitchenette inside, the roof of something, which I'm not sure yet, and a side patio, and this chick with scissors. What have you done?
Go away.
Mike has built a hot dog cart with ketchup and mustard, and he's almost done his first building and he's got a dude, so we'll be able to assemble those. And in the meantime, I'm gonna move on to bag number 4.
I also got you water, went and let dogs out, made sure our kids are still alive.
I wasn't complaining, I was just asking what you've done so far. To be fair guys, he sliced his thumb open yesterday on a brand new blender that he got for Christmas. So it's harder for him to assemble all the Lego. I'll give you that one.
I cried a lot. I bled a lot though.
Yeah, so I'll start to put them together and you can ask me some more questions. Sound good?
Have you ever committed a homicide? side? That's not a good question.
That is not on there.
This is a really random one. What is your favorite kind of shoe?
Slippers. They're comfortable and it means I'm at home and I can relax. I needed that so I could see what I'm doing.
Okay, well then move it over there so I have my arm.
Yo, I totally just separated all those colors.
And there still are, look. See?
No, they're not. They're smushed.
What do you do when you're bored?
Complain about it. Look at this. Hot dogs, dirty water hot dogs. Who wants some dirty water hot dogs? Wait, why are you selling hot dogs in front of a cafe? It's like stealing business.
No, it's like a little town. So it's like a little street vendor near a cafe. The cafe is obviously not going to sell hot dogs.
Do you remember Dickie D's? Is that a Canadian thing?
Yeah, Dickie D's are still around.
That sounds like something dirty. I don't know if you guys have them in the States, but we had, unless they still have them, Dickie D's in Canada, and you would just buy ice creams from this little guy who's pushing a cart.
Or like a giant cooler with a bike attached to the back of it. They're like custom built. They're crazy.
We also had ice cream trucks because we're still cool like that. But Dickie D's were where it's at.
Honestly, we didn't have a lot of ice cream trucks. We always had the Dickie D's because they were in all the neighborhoods. They'd ride around an entire neighborhood and you could catch them.
Yeah, you can never catch an ice cream truck. Dickie D's were cheap. It was like 25 cents, 50 cents, $1.
Yeah.
And then they inflated their prices over
We get
time.
like the Spider-Man. Yeah, like the one from Into the Spider-Verse.
Yes. I'm just gonna push this out of the way. And now I'm gonna move on to bag 4. Question away, pal.
So this is a good question. Why do you never show your kids?
Because they need to grow up and get to have their own life. Besides, all their friends already bother them and say how cool I am.
Honestly, we realized that having them in the videos was an invasion of their privacy, whether they knew it or not. And children should have a say in whether or not they want to be on the internet, but they can't make that choice when they're young because they don't understand all the consequences of it.
Also, isn't cool to have everybody know everything about you and be able to tell you things that they do or don't like. It's going to affect their self-esteem, it would affect their privacy, it would affect their ego, and the internet is forever.
The other thing being is, say that you ever do get popular enough that people recognize you on the street, we don't want people walking up and talking to our kids that don't know them.
It's kind of hard to teach your children to be safe and, you know, stranger danger when everybody feels like they know you and should be allowed to approach you.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Do you have a favorite YouTuber? But that's kind of an unfair question because it's just one of those things you don't really have a favorite, I don't think. Does anybody have a favorite YouTuber? I think people have like 5 or 10 that they watch.
Yeah, because it depends on the day. There's like certain things I like to watch in a certain mood.
So let's limit it to 5.
Okay, so I like Linus Tech Tips, PewDiePie, Simply Nailogical, Philly D, and Gus Johnson. Is that 5? 5. Woo. Who are your top 5?
Linus, Billy D, Gus Johnson, Eddie Burback.
Me?
No.
Really? Toys ain't your thing, huh?
No. I've watched enough of your videos while editing that I don't want to watch them.
Ever willingly?
Yeah. Naked Jakey. 3 of those people are basically the same person.
We're actually making good progress here, so I don't want to finish these before the questions, so maybe let's just answer some questions, because I think we're on like page 2 of 8.
Do you like cooking or baking more?
Currently cooking because my oven's been broken for 2 years. Honesty.
Have you seen Frozen 2 yet? What do you rate it?
Okay, I have seen it, and I'm not gonna rate it for anyone. I enjoyed parts of it.
The second half of the movie is better than the first half. I wouldn't say it's good.
It's growing on me the more I hear the same song played over and over and over and over.
I'd say it's not one of Pixar's best.
Hi Jen, what are your sensory issues? If you have pets, what are their names and what type are they? What is your P.O. box? I'll answer that myself. So I do have sensory issues. I've mentioned it many times. I have a really hard time dealing with anything that is dry or in my brain seems dry. So that includes like cotton, bounce sheets, pastels. I don't think I've ever mentioned that one for you guys. I can't touch pastels. Chalk, Play-Dohs, clays, cornstarch, flowers, anything that's dry. Basically, it tells my brain that my hands are dry, which means I can't breathe, which also includes my feet. I also have like auditory sensory issues. So like if I hear really deep, low tones, I instantly feel sick and nauseous and start to get dizzy. But I do think that's subconscious and goes hand in hand with my other issues that I have going on up inside my brain.
Maybe that's why you don't like the sound of my voice all the time.
It's too deep, go home. Wait, we are there.
I have sensory issues too, if anybody cares.
He has sensory issues.
Mine are similar, like the dry stuff, but towels make me like grind my teeth. Don't ask me why, but cotton towels. Okay, what about the pets? Do you have pets and what are their names and what type are they?
We have 2 dogs, Peppa, who is a Chorky, she's a Chihuahua Yorkie mix, and we have Harvey, who is a Lab and Shepherd mix. Both of them are super adorable. We love them to bits, and if you've never seen them, you should probably watch our Mario video or the Glove Bubble video.
What's a P.O. box? We're not going to give out the P.O. box because
we don't want people to waste their money sending us stuff. Shipping to Canada is no joke. Also, I kind of like the people who work at the P.O. box, and I don't want them to not like us because they have to work harder. Next.
What's your biggest fear?
I have a lot. I'm not sure which one's my biggest. I'm afraid of the dark. I'm terrified of needles. I am terrified of drowning. Also, bats and raccoons. But raccoons also adorable.
And of driving on highways.
And yes, okay, that is my biggest fear, driving on highways.
Do your kids watch your videos?
So the answer is technically yes, but not from October to January, because they know full well that sometimes the things I review might be going to them, which could ruin their surprise for Christmas.
And are your videos on YouTube Kids?
Okay, so some of them used to be on YouTube Kids, but they aren't anymore, and I personally feel it's because the algorithm, or YouTube as one singular individual, decided that our content was more directed towards a mature audience. So the answer is no, we aren't on there, which I find really funny because for 99% of it, we're deemed a kids channel.
How do you keep your craft and toys organized?
I don't. I try. I have shelves and buckets for everything. There's a place for everything and everything in its place. My stuff, however, is never in their place. Mike, can you concur?
Yeah, I mean, bookshelves and IKEA shelves are the most part, and buckets and stuff like that. But yeah, they're kind of all over the place. It's hard because
I'm always using everything.
Yeah, we have to pull things out sometimes for
like
videos.
On a whim. For the kids' toys, they're all sorted into what they are. Disney Doorables, Hot Wheels, Barbies, LOLs, Nerf guns. Basically, everything has its place. It usually ends up on the floor until somebody says, if you don't clean it, I'm cleaning it for you and you're not gonna like my way. Then it gets put right back.
Do you have any tips on how to decide when certain things have clearly become less interesting for your kids and it's safe to give them away?
Every few weeks, the kids go through their toys and they look at it, and basically if they want something new, I ask them what's the thing they've played with the least lately, and then they take it out and have to look at it again and try to play with it, and if they have no interest in it, there's your answer. At that point, they can either donate it, trade it, try to sell it, give it to a friend, and if they're willing to give it up, then chances are they're over it.
Yeah, we've always tried to promote that they try to sell something that they're not using
to put towards the next thing, because you can't just have things handed to you all the time, which was another big problem I had with kid YouTubers, I'm just saying.
Yeah, kid YouTubers that's the least of their problems. What's your favorite movie by Disney? Love you so much.
If you loved me, you wouldn't ask me that question. I'm looking at about 120 at least right now, and there's at least 40 on that shelf and 30 in a box to my right. So I'm not gonna answer that question, but I do love Goofy movie, Aladdin, Little Mermaid, anything with music. So really all of Disney. Excluding Bolt. I wasn't a fan of Bolt.
I think it was Lion King for me.
Not the new Lion King though.
No, not the new Lion King. The old Lion King, the cartoon one.
Yeah, I didn't like the remake.
Which is sad because Jon Favreau's amazing.
Next question.
All right. Were you born in Canada or someplace else?
I was born in Canada. Were you?
Yes. Yeah, so was.
He was too.
If you were given a chance to be another YouTuber or artist, who would you want to be?
I don't think I'd want to be somebody else. That sounds crazy, especially since you could pick a super rich, already successful YouTuber, but I enjoy a challenge because I don't want to ever owe anything that I have to somebody else. Does that make sense?
I think I would hate that for you because I think we're already struggling enough with this level of
whatever it is we have. We're not exactly famous.
Having this many people know who we are is already overwhelming.
Yeah.
Which is your favorite holiday? This person's is Christmas.
Mine is also Christmas, but not for like getting presents and everything. It's because I like to put way too much thought into what I'm giving people, and my goal is to make them cry. If they're not crying, then they didn't really drop Lego. If they're not crying, then they really didn't get touched by your gift.
Do you accept fan art or little gifts sent to you?
Okay, so we kind of already touched on this.
Not at all.
As we opened fan mail at the beginning of this episode. So yes, but I kind of try to persuade them to not send it. A lot of people say, hey, I've made you a picture or whatever it is that I've made and I'd love to send it to you. And I don't want them to spend their money on shipping because Canada is far and it costs a lot for like everything. So if I can convince people, and I definitely try, to just take pictures and tag me on Instagram or send it to me because that is more than enough, that's what I go for first. But if they're an adult and they're like, okay, no, I work for my money, I can spend it how I want to give you this, please send your PO, then I'm not going to say no, because like the same thing with me. If I want to buy something and gift it to somebody, I will, but I definitely try to persuade them not to first because you should spend it on yourself.
Okay.
Mike's like, yeah, I don't care. No one sends me anything.
So now that you're done your essay,
yeah.
What's number one on your bucket list?
My number one on my bucket list now is to take a family trip to Disney, I think.
Yeah. So Disney, if you're out there and you want to just offer us a free trip with no promotion whatsoever,
Yeah, no strings attached. That's
no strings attached because we're not very promoty. Okay, do you like oatmeal?
I do like oatmeal. I think it's delicious. He hates oatmeal.
This is a weird question. I don't know if you can answer this. What's your daughter's favorite gift you've given her?
Life. I gave her life. That's probably the best gift she'll ever receive. Don't even contest it.
Way to go. Like over the top mom Karen.
Right? I'll be a Karen.
What is your favorite gift that you've given her? I think that she actually has some.
Google just started playing. It was freaky. Next!
What's your hobby other than video making? Oh God.
Okay, here we go. I crochet. I baked 2 years ago. Are you rolling your eyes over here?
Jen goes through hobbies like most people go through utensils.
I have a short attention span. I basically, if I see something that other people are doing, I get interested, 1, to see if I could do it myself, 2, to find out what the big deal is and if it's truly as exciting, and 3, because I like to know that I have more skills than I knew I didn't have.
And a lot of those hobbies end up on shelves in our basement, like the Twilight books that nobody reads anymore.
Okay, listen, somebody bought them for me for Christmas, Mom. It's not my fault, and I offered to get rid of them, and you're like, no, they're gonna look cool on a shelf, and I don't want you to blame me when you get rid of them.
I've never said that they're gonna look cool anywhere.
That is a lie, because they look kind of cool.
No, the Harry Potter books, the black ones that I got you, look cool. The Twilight books look terrible. They look, they sound, they smell, they're written terrible. If you like Twilight, I'm sorry, but I'm not a fan, and I don't think you should be.
Tell us how you really feel, Mike.
Although she does crochet a lot, and that has been a hobby that's lasted forever.
That one's also technically profitable if you want to be somebody who makes gifts to, 1, give to just family and friends, or 2, turn it into a work from home type thing where you make and sell things to, you know, save up for something.
Word of warning, don't create Baby Yoda crochets.
Yeah, don't do that. But like you can make your own stuff and buy patterns and stuff like that. And that's one of the ways I saved up initially to pay for our wedding. High five, bro. Yo, that is a low 5, whatever.
Favorite emoji and food?
Okay, well my favorite emoji, if you've ever gotten a comment back from me, you'll notice it's this. Like a hug. And my favorite food, tacos. If it's a meal, all day breakfast. If it's a snack, sweet and salty popcorn. If it's a cold snack, it's ice cream sandwiches. Next question.
How are you so pretty? I think that's supposed to say petty. How are you so pretty?
I'm not, I'm average.
She's so pretty by sheer luck.
Thanks, honey.
Well, it is. I mean, it's not like you planned to be pretty.
I planned to be beautiful from the time of conception. That's exactly what happened, actually.
Don't we all make that decision? I want to be pretty one day.
You're so pretty.
Would you rather live in a cold or warm climate? I think the simplest answer is where we live already.
Yeah, I kind of just like where we live because by the time you're tired of hot, you get cool leading to cold just long enough to make you wish for hot again. And you're like, great thing I live in Canada.
If you could live anywhere other than Canada, where would it be?
I don't know. I heard Sweden's pretty nice. Mostly because I heard about their return policies.
Yeah, Europe's got some pretty cool consumer stuff.
So that sounds pretty good to me.
Since you live in Canada, do you speak any French?
No.
Technically, we all do a little bit because it's part of our school programs.
But basically, unless you continue on with French education, French immersion, or you live in Montreal or Quebec, chances are you know some foul words or how to ask for a pencil, a drink, or to go to the washroom.
We get the basics in school, and you know, most people don't use it, so we tend to forget, but it's kind of drilled into your head so much that you at least remember some things. Now, if we ever talk to somebody from France, it would be awkward and uncomfortable for them, especially.
Because it's different from what they have.
Yeah, even in Quebec, we would look like absolute idiots.
In fact, when we went to Montreal, we looked like absolute idiots.
Luckily, a lot of people where we went in Montreal spoke English for the event we were at.
Yes.
Where we met David Tennant, Doctor Who.
David Tennant.
What is your favorite thing about Canada? Don't say yourself.
I wasn't going to. Sometimes they make me jokes. My favorite thing about Canada? It's Canada. You don't need another reason.
I like the variety. Variety in weather.
I like, yeah, you're right. Variety in weather, there's variety in people. It's very inclusive here. There's a lot of languages, there's many opportunities. Healthcare is a great one. Lots of open space, lots of beautiful scenery. If you want mountains, you got mountains. If you want trees, you got trees. If you want water, there's plenty of freaking water.
There's a lot of water.
A lot of water.
You're from Canada, right?
Yeah.
What's the nicest or your favorite place there?
I really like Prince Edward County. It's pretty beautiful and it's so cool.
Yeah, we've been through there.
Yeah, it's really cute there.
I personally like, who cares?
I care what you like.
I like Niagara Falls, other than the whole touristy part of it. I think it's just amazing to look at.
Yeah, I enjoy going to Niagara Falls to actually learn about Niagara Falls. I like to look at the hydro dam.
Yeah, I like all the old buildings.
I love old buildings. That's my favorite part of going to Niagara Falls was was looking at all those old buildings. I think they're beautiful.
Yeah, the old dam is neat. The
boat, the overturned boat is really cool, but it moved this year.
While it's still there.
For like 100 years, it's been trapped in this one spot where it got stuck, and it moved this year. Google it.
How did you come up with that newish NexJen logo and banner? How did you come up with that, Jen?
Okay, so, well, I just changed the page with my elbow. That's a new one. I didn't come up with it. That was all Mike. However, we were both on the same wavelength of we had to change and update our look on YouTube, and I was like, I was stuck in my Pokemon Go phase, and I was thinking like, we should level up, evolve. It's like next level, it's NexJen. And then I wanted it to be like morphing our Toon Face me into the NexJen me, like a Pokemon evolution without, you know, taking their copyright and stuff. So then in came Mike.
I designed it, but we both like galaxy stuff.
Yes.
And futuristic stuff. And
space.
I introduced Jen to Vaporwave.
Love it.
And the whole 80s retro futuristic aesthetic thing. So that's where that all basically came into play. Plus we used a lot of honeycomb because of the bee thing.
I feel like you got Vice City vibes going too.
Yeah, that's basically the whole Vaporwave 1980s retro. We're gonna have merch hopefully with that too. You'll see soon. What made you want to change your YouTube name? Okay, so we didn't specifically want to change our name, but because of a bunch of changes with YouTube, we kind of had to change our name, which was fine because we wanted to make the channel have some of the stuff that we like, not just toys all the time.
Especially since our audience, we could tell, was starting to mature and separate from the kid audience that I think came to our channel thinking we were a typical toy channel and quickly realizing that I don't play with things. So as we realized our audience was mature and might be interested in other things, we were really happy that we could finally do some other stuff too.
A lot of you guys have watched videos that we didn't think you would watch based on things that we're interested in, so that kind of helped too. But basically it was a kick from YouTube, and we were planning on doing something similar anyways. We just didn't plan on doing it so quickly, and we were kind of scared to change things like the name of the channel. But now that we have, it makes a lot of sense for us because we weren't always just a kids channel anyway. Do you have any plans of moving your work to other platforms? Now,
currently I'm going to say no.
I've been trying to talk to Jen about doing that, but not because we need to necessarily, but because I think she'd find a place on something like Twitch, but it wouldn't be in gaming. It would be in just crafting and being able to talk to somebody. But the problem is Jen doesn't do very well live because she doesn't think things through all the time and her mouth has no filter.
Sometimes I sound like a sailor. But the thing about Twitch and some of the other platforms that I could potentially go to is there is so much going on, it's overwhelming. And right now I'm just not ready to even try that. So no matter what, it just looks like 1 million things are happening. I just can't.
It's also very hard as you get older to learn new platforms. Like we grew up with like MSN Messenger and MySpace and early Facebook and
FYI, my MySpace was awesome.
And ICQ. If you ever used ICQ, wow, you're old.
Did you use ICQ?
I used ICQ. I was one of the originals.
Wow, he's old. He was an original.
I had like a low
AOL.
number.
Yeah.
Like AOL, dial into AOL and go on the internet and you got mail and all that.
When things pop up for him, it says you've got mail.
It's a great sound. It's very nostalgic. I also every once in a while throw on a dial-up tone on my computer.
Okay. I'm ready to combine this to that, and then you can start building a little bit again.
A little bit?
Yeah, a lot of bit. Okay, I just discovered why this has been taking Mike so long. He does not sort his colors. He just sifts through until he finds what he needs.
Can you get off your high horse of segregation?
Well, considering I've made 98% of what's here.
I was reading questions and everything else.
Well, now. Next question. Do you enjoy editing your videos? Yes.
No.
He doesn't. If you could collab with any other YouTuber, who would it be and what would you do? I don't know, but I have the idea to find somebody who does makeup and is in the GTA area who could teach me how to contour not with poopsie rainbow makeup. If you live around here and you're a YouTuber who can fix my face, please do that because I'm tired of looking au natural. This is kind of boring. I want to know what I'd look like if I was like over the top, bougie, fancy.
I don't know if we want to get into the beauty.
I don't want to get into beauty, but I want to know what I could look like if I was beautiful. But I I mean, I want to know how to do makeup. You know what I do? You guys are gonna hate this. I take off my rings, I brush my teeth, I wash my face, I dry my face, I squirt concealer into my hand, and I rub it on my face. And then I set it with like nude powder, and then I put rouge on my cheeks, and mascara and eyeliner, a little bit of brown on my eyelids, and I call it a day.
Gotta get me some of that nude powder.
And that's when I have to do something fancy. Otherwise, I'll just literally put on lip chap like Blistex and mascara and eyeliner and call it a day. There's like 60,000 products I'm not touching. Like, where is my $50 poofy brush? Okay.
Okay.
What do you spend more time doing, filming or editing? It depends on the video.
Between me and you both editing, it takes a lot longer.
Okay, yeah. So if I do like 4 hours of editing and then he does, then it's like 8 hours, I guess. All right, I'll give you that one. Will you ever start a gaming channel or make gaming videos? I will not be starting a gaming channel because I am so epic at games, it's just not fair to Mike.
Oh, that's what it is, yeah, for sure.
At some point, I might film us playing a game so that you can see Mike lose, but I mean, would you be interested in watching that?
I know I would be, because, you know, I'd love to see that fictional world.
Listen.
I'm listening.
I forgot what I was going to sing next.
Sing?
With your heart, you will understand.
Okay.
Let my questions break upon you. Okay, I'm getting tired. What time is it? All right, it's 12:53. It all makes sense now. Okay, what are your opinions on YouTube since they introduced new rules, specifically COPPA? First of all, before he answers anything, I agree that we need to take care of what children are seeing, and I've always said this, so I'm for that. I just wish that things were a little bit more clear.
So the opinion I have is I don't look very positively at YouTube because I understand why they did what they did and they created these rules, but I also think that they've pushed a lot of the responsibility onto individual YouTubers and changed the rules so that it's our responsibility, but we have no idea what that even means, and they've been very, very vague, and I understand why they're doing it. Yeah, I mean, legally that helps their position, but it's just not great.
It's not like they didn't know what they were doing.
Well, I mean, they thought they were safe, I understand that, but I have a very low opinion of their handling of that situation.
Have you ever lied to a toy company or on a review to us? No, I always try to give my honest opinion on everything based on what I see at the time of unboxing. Whether you're a big company or a small company or Shoeless Joe down the street who is making shoes for the very first time. If you want my honest opinion, you're gonna get it. What is your favorite part about making videos? Answering comments. Well, hitting the camera lights.
Well, don't do that.
Okay, that was an accident, obviously. Do you know Nerdy Crafter? No, she lives in Montreal, I think. And I messaged her once a long time ago because my daughter liked her channel. I don't think she's seen it. Is it hard being a YouTuber and a mother of 2 children at the same time? It can be, but mostly because I want to make sure I'm spending enough time with them. And it's very easy to get caught up in always just doing something at a table, filming it, and putting it on the computer and potentially making money off of it. And I like to try to space everything out as much as I can and separate things so that I don't miss out on spending time with my kids. Luckily, they can spend time with him when I'm busy, and they can spend time with me when he's busy. That's how families work.
Everything needs balance.
Yes. Do you like Lego? Why, yes, I do, actually. So funny that we're using it today.
Not at all.
That wasn't actually even planned. That was actually kind of funny. However, I do think it is the worst thing in the world to step on. And yeah.
You sure? Because I think glass is worse, but...
Okay, but it is not pleasant to step on. Do your kids ever get toys that are not unboxed? Yes. Birthdays, Christmas, whenever they buy their own stuff. I don't take their stuff and be like, hey, let me make a video on this. Then you can have it. But that would be pretty funny. Are they ever bothered that they don't get to unbox most things? Yes, they are.
Yeah, wouldn't you be?
They see that we get packages sent to us from these companies and they're like, oh, that's so cool, can I see it? And I'm like, no, we can't open it now because then it wouldn't be an honest first review. So you could check it out after, or if it's not something they're interested in, you could check it out before we donate it or whatever it might be. But like I said, they get their own things to unbox and that's for them.
When it comes to our kids, it's not like they're crazy spoiled or anything like that. Like, I mean, they get more than most kids probably do, but they're still really interested when something new comes down the line.
Also, do you collect anything that's not meant for kids specifically? Oh God, yes we do. My name's Jen and I'm a hoarder.
Not really.
I have downsized a lot lately though. I'm trying. Next question. What was your most memorable Christmas present as a child? My most memorable Christmas present as a child was an amazing Ally doll that I was gifted by Vince Carter, which was was really cool and it was the most freaky thing ever. And I tried to buy one on eBay, but they were way too expensive. I really wanted to show it to you guys. It was an animatronic doll, not in her arms or anything. She couldn't move. You would be able to attach things to her hand and she would know what they were. So she'd be like, thank you for my juice. And you could program her so that she would know your name, know your birthday. It was actually kind of creepy, really. And her lips would move and her eyes would blink. It was so freaky. She'd be like, hi, Jen, 4 more days till your birthday. And I don't know why I wanted it, but I did. And my sister wanted one too. So we put it on her list and Vince Carter was like, here you go.
For those that don't know, Vince Carter was a basketball player.
Yes. Also met his mom, lovely woman. I still have my signed dictionary that she wrote in. Pretty cool. If LOL asked you to sponsor them for $1 million, would you? No, because I don't have $1 million to sponsor them, but I know what you were trying to say, and the answer is still no, because I don't lie just for money.
$1 million is a lot of money.
$1 million is a lot of money, but I don't like the idea of not being able to tell the truth. What are the best toys you think people should buy? Anything that makes you happy, and if it's educational and lasts a long time, that's an even bigger bonus. Right, next, have you ever seen a toy you hated? Okay, I've seen a lot that I disliked. Usually they have slime or glitter.
Or poop.
Or poop. Some of the poop things have been funny or cute, I'll admit that, but I mean, that ship has to sail. Luckily, I'm thinking with the changes to kids' content, it's gonna die out quick. Because I mean, you teach kids their whole life not to play with feces. Now you're putting a cute face on it and you're like, hey, it's poop. You know, it's gotta go.
No, I mean, like, to be fair, we had Garbage Pail Kids. It's not like that wasn't ever a thing before.
Okay, I had a great collection of Garbage Pail Kids cards until my brother pulled all
and those were grosser than a lot of the poop joke toys and the slimes and everything else. So you can't even be like that. Kids love things that they're not supposed to like.
I get that, but I mean, like, this is literally saying here is a shape of poo. Let's play in it and dig for treasures.
Think about it like this. Video games give you the chance to do something that you would never do in reality, but is still an interesting thing to do. So is playing in poo.
Okay, I get where you're coming from. It can be fun, but you have to admit, this specific trend, not even adding any other funny content to it. It's just straight up poop and glitter, poop and makeup, dolls that pee out red liquid. I think there's a time where we need to stop it just a smidge. I think you can at least agree with that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right now,
you can't pretend like it's a new thing.
I'm really surprised that there's not a Disney and poop thing. In fact, I'm pretty sure there's someone somewhere going, not that. And I respect that person.
You gotta think though that Disney has an image that they have to protect. I think MGA is all on board straight to the poop train.
Yes. You know what? I'm gonna start building the next one and we'll save the last few questions because I've been reading for a while and I wanna build. Next question. Hold on, I can't find the piece I'm looking for. Is that gray? That's gray.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm building the last building. Don't.
Dude, it's like 1:30 in the morning.
Is it? It's 1:30 in the morning. We've been here for a while, folks. The answer is, does it take a long time to film? Yes.
On to the next question. This one's a good one. Have you found any toys, whether for a child or not, that are good for adult anxiety and panic attack?
So we made an entire video on this. What was it called?
So the video is called Top Sensory Gift of 2019 Gift Guide for ASD, ADHD, and Anxiety Sensory Aids.
But if you don't want to watch that, speaking from personal experience, I love stuffies. They help to calm me down when I'm having panic attacks and anxiety attacks. And also Mike, because I would like die. So I'm a firm believer in in plushies, and whatever brand you like is what you like. I'm not here to keep plugging my favorite one, but Moosh Moosh is my favorite because I have never found anything that's softer at all. And actually a lot of you guys have told me that you didn't expect to find as much usefulness in them as you have, and I'm really glad that some other people liked them too. And that's my personal favorite go-to, but we did check out a few other aids that might be useful in that video.
I don't have any suggestions except for what she's had because those sort of things don't really help with my anxiety. I just need to distract myself with things to do.
Yeah.
Physical activity helps my anxiety.
Would you say, because I mean it's really easy to just say something that I like because for some reason I might want something to be trendy, although that doesn't make sense because then there's less for me to buy. But would you say that you've actually felt that the Moosh Moosh or the plushies that I use are actually helpful to me?
Yeah, she does get so much use out of them that we have too many, but they work really, really well for some people, and you shouldn't be afraid to say something that works for something like that because it could help other people.
Yeah.
And
the only
also
reason
our dog Peppa.
Yeah, the only reason I mention them so much is because, like he said, that is the one that has worked for me. And some people who need that specific type of sensory aid like I do might not have have otherwise known that they could find it in a Moosh Moosh plushie. So I personally don't care whether you like Squishmallows over Moosh Moosh or just a straight up Build-A-Bear. Whatever works for you is fantastic, and I'm so happy about that. It's not as though I start every day just like Moosh Moosh, Moosh Moosh, Moosh Moosh. That's not my goal.
I mean, around the house.
Around the house, yeah. I mean,
Holy.
I got like 5 for Christmas, but that's just what works for me.
We're on sale.
Thrift when you can, folks. The point is, if somebody else had something that could potentially help me, I would hope that they would share it and let me know where I might be able to find it too. Next question, moving on.
This is a weird one.
Okay, like me, it's perfect.
What toy do you think you'd be and why?
I'd be a puzzle or a magic 8-ball because I'm just so complex.
Magic 8-balls are simple. It's a triangle.
But they're deep. They're on another level.
A puzzle is literally 2 dimensions.
Okay, well, I'd be a Puzz 3D. Do you remember those?
Unfortunately. They were gimmicky.
What toy would you be and why? Do you have a better answer? And you can't say a video game.
Lawn darts, because I'm dangerous. And simple.
You're like a Nerf gun.
I'm simple and dangerous.
Okay, next.
I'm desperate to know what your favorite toy you've ever reviewed is.
The Polly Pocket Polyville Superset was my absolute favorite thing I've ever reviewed.
Easy. That's an easy answer.
It is.
I think that video was good on our part because it was almost an hour long and a lot of people watched it, so we must have done something right, which makes us feel great.
Yeah. And also, to this day, don't quote me, it's like 1:40 in the morning and I'm too lazy to look it up, but I don't think anybody else has ever opened a Polyville Superset yet. It was really, really cool. That woman probably thought I was crazy. She probably didn't think she was gonna get that much money for it, but I don't
know if she thought you were crazy or she was for holding onto it for so long. Perfectly fine.
I don't know.
It was in great shape.
It was so great. I love it. Hi Jen, I love your channel and your reviews are super helpful. It would be a dream come true if you would give me a shout out. That's not a question. So could you? There it is.
If we don't do the shout-out thing, that's...
Okay, so the reason I don't do shout-outs, honestly, is because I feel like it's a cop-out. I spend all my time commenting back to you guys, whether it's on comments, Instagram, private messages, or whatever it is, and I don't feel like saying, hey, Biscuit Lover 515, Cherry Blossom 618. Shouting your name means nothing, because nobody knows who Biscuit Blossom 518 is. I would rather spend my time commenting back and having full conversations with you guys. I personally feel like that's worth more of my time and your time than just saying, hello, Biscuit Lover. Like, you know?
I really hope there's nobody named Biscuit Lover that watches our channel, because that's
if there is, you just got shouted out a few times.
What company doesn't like your channel the most?
What company probably hates me would be MGA.
They've sent us something once, but I don't even know if they knew who they were sending it to.
Technically, I don't think that comes on behalf of them. Typically, the people who are emailing are basically...
marketing.
Yeah, they're just like, hey, we know you like toys, you want to check this out? But it's not like MGA saying, hey, make sure you send this to Jen. I want to make her angry.
Dear blank.
Yeah, dear blank, we love your channel. We think this would be a good fit for you. Please test out these moccasins because all your viewers will love them. We enjoy all your videos on moccasins.
Yeah, it's moccasins.
I don't know, I'm making one up because I don't want to give it away.
But basically, a company that does the marketing for the brand that gets in touch with us, they'll send us the stuff, and sometimes I don't know if the company even knows who it's going to.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine they'd have some control over that, but I have to imagine that they don't always all know, because I don't imagine MGA would send us much otherwise.
Yeah. I am really tired. It is now 2 a.m. on the dot. Wait, I'm making progress here. I'm on page 246. 246. Yep, I'm on page... That
doesn't mean anything to them.
I'm on page 246 and the very last building. Continue.
That's not the page number.
Oh. Step 246. We've been here a while, folks.
Okay.
So our building is finally done. It looks actually really cool. But before we do a close-up of it...
is Lego ever really done?
Never. You can always add to it, change it up. Especially if you get a creator set, because although this took forever, we could technically change it in 2 other ways.
Honestly though, I think we picked out the best, most interesting looking one, and it seemed to show off more of the pieces, and it's kind of weird that somebody was able to come up with a way to use all of these pieces 3 different ways and not really have too many extra leftovers.
What? On the box, they actually show one way of making it a hairdresser set, a dentist, and I don't even know what the last one is. A bank with a streetcar. I don't know if they're called streetcars anywhere else, but in Toronto they're streetcars.
Yeah, streetcars.
Okay, I might actually have to do this. It's not gonna be today. If I do, I'll probably just post pictures on Instagram, but I'm tired. What time is it?
You're never gonna do that.
It is 2:15 a.m. I'm tired.
I don't know, one of the things I always didn't like about the newer Lego styles is that the pieces fit in one setup, and the fact that this is more the old Lego way where you have a lot of pieces but they fit in different styles.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually thought that you can set it up in this shape or just take the apartments off and make a street out of it or stack them higher to make a skyscraper type apartment. I didn't realize that it was actually gonna change into different stores, so now I'm liking it more.
Even the hot dog stand changes into a different type of cart. It's like a balloon cart or something. I don't know what that is. Creative.
I don't know, maybe we should do that in another video.
Wait,
just rebuild it all.
Did we even get Stanley?
Yeah.
Excelsior.
The
Stanley.
the doors. I keep saying the. I'm stuttering here. Here we go again. The doors move. Okay, I really do like this. In Canada, this is $99 before tax, and I think it was $79.99 in the States. Realistically, this was quite the build and took a good chunk of time, and you can do it again, apparently, in a totally different way and get a completely different look other than just a street view, which is what I thought it was. It's a freaking catalog.
If they all come with this, which I'm pretty sure this is like a retail thing, so they should, I like this style of instructions way better than the little fold-out ones. This is way more detailed, and it's like a whole page for one piece. It's way better than any of the Lego I've ever put together, especially when I was a kid.
Oh, and last thing I'm just gonna mention is, in case you're wondering how you turn this into something else, and you were thinking it was the same as me, where you just put them side by side, there's a whole different set of instructions if you go to a different section of the book. So do you remember how you used to get those books and it would be like, if you read it this way, it was one thing, but then you turn it over for a different story? It's like that. The middle of the book to get option number 2, then the end of the book for option number 3. It's pretty cool, actually.
So do you think we're done now?
Yeah, I am all questioned out. I am all answered out. My fingers are not hurting, but they are tired.
Easy.
Yeah, and I am really happy with the way it turned out. So if you know somebody who enjoys different Lego sets or just building in general, or you think that they'd like our Q&A.
Yeah, I don't even know if I'd like our Q&A.
Then please share this video with them. And if you enjoyed it yourself, then please make sure you remember to comment, like, and subscribe. You can let us know down below everything you liked or didn't like about the video, or if you've built any of the creator sets yourself, or specifically this one. Did you get the cool dentist office? And is it still called a streetcar where you live? And
do you think that's Stan Lee?
As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye! Say bye with me.
Bye with me.
Oh my god.